What's going on, Facebook? Good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm so happy to be here. It is Thursday, Level Up Thursday, episode 1. And today I'm going to be talking about how to build a really, really solid foundation to start building your empires, to start progressing your journey forward. Okay. And a lot of these things that I'm going to be talking about, particularly one of them for sure, you will most likely have heard of already. But there's going to be, what's up, Justin? How's it going, brother? There's going to be some very, very key attributes that a lot of people don't talk about. And I think it's the most important part of these things. So I want to go over this stuff. And if you stick around to the very end, I'm going to give you two very, very, very powerful mindset tools that I've used that have really, really helped me move forward. My body is, what's going on, Justin, my brother? Justin, you are the man. You saved me so much work today, and I love you for that. Anytime I can save time, it makes me so happy. So I'm not going to waste any time waiting for people to jump on. I'm just going to jump right into it. So first things first, first things I'm going to talk about today. And like I said, you've probably heard this already, and it has to do with building your why. Okay. So if you've already heard of building your why, drop me a comment below and let me know if you've built your why or if you've heard of this saying about building your why. Let me know. But I'm going to go into some key principles that the people who talk about building a why don't go over. And so without these key principles, you can't really utilize your why to the full extent, which is kind of silly in my opinion. Okay, so number one, your why is built out of your core values, right? These are the things that really make you drive, that really make your heart pump. These are going to be your passions. And so, a lot of these will emanate from family, right? Living a fulfilling life, helping other people, traveling, seeing the world, building a legacy. Those are real solid core values, okay? And I'm going to talk about mantras a little bit later, but I want to share with you guys the principle of building a why first, and then I want to talk about how to use your why effectively and why you should have one. Okay, so like I said, your why is going to be built out of your core values, the things that you value the most in life. Okay. And from there, what you want to do is take those core values, right? And align your vision, align your focus with your life of where you want those facets, those things in life, and at what level. So hear me out. Say one of your core values is traveling. You really, really value traveling, right? So you gotta align the vision of what facet or what level of traveling you want in your life. And this, for some people, this could look like just taking a road trip and camping and spending $1,000, right? That's it. That's their thing. And that's completely fine. I'm not here to tell you that you need to go all out, that you need to go big and spend a bunch of money and live a legacy like that. No, I'm saying you need to figure out what is going to be right for you specifically, because that's what matters. This is what it's all about. We're here today to level up our own selves, and be the greatest person we can be. We don't give a shit about comparing ourselves to what other people are doing, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Okay. So like I said, aligning those core values with the vision, and that is going to look like I said, figure out whether or not, your core value of travel, is that just going on a road trip and camping, or is that traveling to Europe, and in Germany and all over the place and living, the lavish lifestyle. And then once you have that vision aligned up, you can subset where your core values are placed. But I don't want to get too lost in this. So let me tell you my why, my personal why. So first things first, I don't know if you guys have heard of the 40-40-40. And the 40-40-40 is working 40 hours a week, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are laughing. Like, I can't remember the last time I worked 40 hours a week. Me too. So 40 hours a week for the next 40 years of your life, only to retire on 40% of the income you made through that 40 years. My why is to not do that ever. I refuse to do that. I refuse. My why is to make sure I do not fall into that 40-40-40. Next will be travel. If you guys know me, if you've spent time with me, you know how much I love to explore and do cool things and see the world. Really, it's a huge part of my why. I want to be able to have financial means to do those. Another part is just, going on adventure. And the most important part of my why is self-fulfillment in the sense of I'm living my best life I can possibly live. I'm helping others. I'm building something for the future, actually making an impact, and honestly, like the way I look at my why is every day I want to make sure, yeah, what's up, Ray? How's it going, my brother? I want to make sure that, if I die tomorrow, that, I can look down on what I've done in life and be okay with it. That's a huge part of my why. Okay. Um, so that being said, figure out where your why is. And now I want to move into why this is going to be a tongue twister. I want to move into why your why is so important. And the reason why your why is so important is because if you are looking to move your life to a level of high achievement, right? You want to be a high achiever, you want to do big things, you want to accomplish real tacit things that move you forward, that move your family forward, that build you a legacy. If you want to do that, you need a why in place to fall back on in case shit goes wrong. And I would say 8 times out of 10, actually, here, let me pull back. 10 out of 10, if you are looking to do that, if you're looking to become a high achiever and live that fulfilling type of lifestyle, you are going to have to make 2 types of risks, or I should say 1 of 2 types of risks. The first type of risk is financial, right? You're putting your financial resources at risk a lot of times to do bigger things. And number 2, this is the most expensive one, and I hate it. It kills me that people don't open their eyes to this. It's time risk. Okay. It's the risk of lost time, which is more substantial than the risk of financials. Okay. So, because think about it, you can't ever get your time back. Like, you can't trade it for anything. You can't buy it from somewhere. Your time is an invaluable resource. So the risk of time loss is very, very substantial when you're looking to move your life into a life of, building big things, doing big stuff, help, so on and so forth. So that being said, when shit goes wrong, and you lost your time, you made a significant time loss, or you made a significant financial loss, it becomes easy to quit. And that's what 98% of people do, is when they go through hard times, they quit, because we are creatures of habit. Human beings are habitual creatures, and we are constantly, all we want to do is avoid pain and seek pleasure. Okay. Going on, guys? Thanks for jumping on. I really, really appreciate everyone jumping on. I hope you guys get some value out of this. So we are creatures of habit, and our constant thing is avoid pain, seek pleasure. Okay. So when you find that pain, when you hit that pain point and you fail at something, and you lost financial means or you lost time, it hurts. That shit hurts. So you have to have your why in place to fall back onto when shit sucks. Otherwise, you're going to quit. You're just going to straight up quit, and you're going to be like the 98% of everybody else. And that's the last thing you want to do. That's not what we're here for, guys. We are here right now on this broadcast to move and progress our lives forward, to be up here. We don't want to be with the 90% ever. Okay. So I don't want this to go on for too long. So I want to give you guys my 2 very, very, very important mindset tools that I use. And these are things that I've learned from coaches. One of mine coaches in person. He's my mindset and my energy coach. And that other guy his name's David Goggins. If you haven't heard of him, check him out on YouTube. The guy is an absolute beast. And if you can't watch his content and get motivated after, I can't help you, for real. This guy is a monster. And so I stole this out of his book, and it's called Your Cookie Jar. It's called Taking the Cookie Out of the Cookie Jar. And so your cookie is going to be something that you're proud of, something that you've accomplished with all the odds against you, something you overcame, right? Because when shit sucks, when things go bad, you need to remind yourself what you're capable of. You need to remind yourself that you're a beast, that you can crush it, that you can make things happen. So think about something that you're really proud of, that you've succeeded with, that you've done, and think if that can be your cookie or not. And the reason it's called, your cookie jar is because you don't want this thing to be there all the time, because then that will transform into an ego. right? So this is something you want to pull back on to bring motivation, to bring self pride, self accountability, to bring those things back into your life when shit sucks. Um, that's your cookie. And you reach into the cookie jar and grab it out when you need it. So for me, I mean, you guys probably know, if you've been following my content, you probably know what my cookie jar is. 9 months ago, man, I didn't even know how I was going to pay for my rent the next month. I swear to God. And I saw my roommate on here earlier, like he can attest to this. Like it was a struggle. Like I didn't know how I was going to pay for my rent, my bill. Like I had no idea. So I picked up a real crappy job parking cars just to get my food and my bills paid while I was working on my first apartment deal. And so just, less than a year later, now I own apartments that people pay me monthly rent every single month. So going from absolutely everything's, so much financial pressure I've never felt before in my life. I didn't have a network in place. I didn't have investors in place. I didn't have a means. I wasn't even had any real estate skills whatsoever at the time. So a lot has changed, and that's my cookie. That's the thing that I go back to. Like I've accomplished this. Sure, something just happened. But I can get through it. I'm going to figure out a way because I did then. So that's my cookie. Mindset tool number 2 is creating yourself a mantra. Okay. If you're unfamiliar with what a mantra is, my energy and my mindset coach taught me this. A mantra goes way back to like Hinduism and Buddhism, and it was a religious type. But today, a mantra kind of has transformed into, more of a time period relevance thing. And so a mantra is something that you live to, something that you give yourself as a higher being, something that you wake up towards and work towards every single day. That is your mantra, right? And so sure, you can have a mantra of a Bugatti or a Ferrari or, the penthouse or all the beautiful ladies in the world or a yacht. Like you can have those type of mantras, and certainly you can manifest those things into existence if you do them properly. But hear me out. But that type of mantra radiates at a very low energy frequency, because once you obtain those materialistic items, what mantra do you have left? Kind of none, right? So I myself, I like to give myself a higher frequency of energy mantra. And so if you guys have been following my content, you see that I hashtag be great. Be great. So my mantra is greatness, right? And I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm better than so and so. I'm better here. I'm better this. No, I want to be better than myself yesterday, every single day, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, you name it. I want to strive for greatness every single day and be the best Chad I can possibly be every single day. So that's my mantra, is to strive for personal greatness. Okay. And this helps you wake up with a purpose, right? When you wake up with a purpose, there's this old saying that goes, win the morning, you win the day. And it's so true, because how do most people start their morning? They probably snooze their alarm once, finally wake up, open up Facebook, open up Instagram, start scrolling mindlessly, and don't really have much plan, trajectory to their day. But when you wake up with a purpose, you wake up with that inner drive, that inner mantra that you want to live for, that you want to succeed for, and progress yourself and your life forward. Okay. So those are my 2 mindset hacks: building yourself a mantra, striving for something, living for something, and then the cookie jar. So, if you're, like I said, if you don't already have a why, seriously think about what yours could look like in your life, what your core values are in life. What do you value most? What makes your heart pump? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel strong? Those are going to probably be your core values. Okay. It could be family, legacy, helping others, so on and so forth. Figure out what it is for you. I highly recommend you write it down. And then your mantra is going to look a lot like your why, but the sense of a mantra is it's continuous, right? And the why, for me, it's something you fall back on to remind yourself why you got started in the first place, why you took on those risks of financial loss or time loss, and remind yourself what you're here, what you're doing, what your purpose is. Okay, so that's really it for today, guys. I hope you guys got some value out of this. Next week, I'm going to be talking about how to not give a fuck in the most proper way possible, in the most proper ways possible, without being some egotistical asshole. But it's important to understand that you have to let little energy time consumers go. So I'm going to be talking about how to do that properly. And then most likely the following week, I want to get my energy and my mindset coach on here with me. This guy is an absolute whiz. He is so powerful. He absolutely has changed my mind. I love having sessions with him. So we'll probably jump on and just kind of have, some conversation back and forth, bring some value to you guys that are looking for coaches and mindset and people to help you. This guy doesn't coach publicly, but I'm sure you can get some value out of the content we bring on a couple live streams down. So until next time, guys, keep leveling up your life, strive for greatness every single day. Don't fall into that 98% because they're there for a reason and you don't want to be a part of it. You want to be up here. You want to be making your dreams become reality. I don't know if you saw my post the other day, my business partner said, we don't set goals. We set destinations. We go, all we do is go. We don't think about, we just go, we make things happen, strive for that upper being, and keep leveling up your life. Until next time, guys, take care.